but this chair is. You're on.
You ready? Call the Putnam County Dilapidated and Abandoned Enforcement Agency meeting to order. Roll call.
Destiny Newcomb,
Here.
David Call,
Here.
John Smoot,
Here.
John Swisher, Marcy Kimberly, Sheriff Bobby Eggleton, Swisher, Eggleton, and Marcy Kimberly is absent.
Okay. January 13 meeting minutes. Has everybody had a chance to look at them? If so, is there a motion to approve?
I'll make that motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
All in favor signify by aye. Opposed?
And the minutes are there for you to sign if when.
Yeah. I need a pen.
You're welcome.
Got it.
Both got nice.
All yours. New business. Do we have any unfinished business?
No unfinished business.
New business. Case 2022-04.
Now, this is review of formal complaints to recommend to the county commission for action. Just needs the recommendations from the board today. Case 2022-04 is Shirley L. White. It's a property owner at 110 McLeod Road in Scott Depot, West Virginia. Tax map 214, parcel 72.8. My inspection, I went out there and the house is sound, but it just starting to have some deterioration, especially the roof and the gutters, the paint's chipping off. There's trash in the carport, under the carport, and on the back porch. It's starting to come in disrepair. And there's some overgrown vegetation as well that's starting to creep upon the house, which poses a fire hazard.
Has the owner been open to receiving bids to make these repairs? You know?
At the front or back?
That is the front, yes.
So that window over top of that porch is completely missing.
Yeah, it's,
That means they have access into the building. Somebody could. Is it secure, other than that?
it appeared secured. So it looks like someone's trying to kick in the back door. I think there might be a picture that I took of the back door. Maybe. Yeah, if you look, there's a picture of the back porch, and there's a big
Oh,
old
yeah.
hole at the bottom of that back door. So somebody's trying to get in, or they've already gotten in, I'm not for sure, but, yeah.
I guess complaint came from the neighborhood?
I assume so. The neighborhood is a very nice, well-kept neighborhood, so when one house falls in disrepair, it's going to be extremely noticeable. I didn't even have to find the address on the mailbox to locate this house. I mean, it's in bad shape.
Is there what's the pleasure of the board?
Seems like the house could be brought back into,
Can you speak in the microphone? I'm sorry. Sorry.
seems like the house could be brought back into a livable condition with some roof and windows and security. The gutters are gone. It looks like the sheathing into the roofing is rotten, certainly on the back.
But we can't make anybody live in it, right? So if they don't want to make it habitable, they at least need to secure it, right?
They definitely
Clean
need
up
to
the
secure
debris.
it, but we are the dilapidated. This house is dilapidated, so
Dilapidated.
we can
Think
go
it's-
after that,
Think
absolutely.
it's worthy of being torn down, or? No?
No, in my opinion, it could be restored. But if they don't get a hold of it now, it's going to fall into,
Disrepair.
right. But the foundation's solid, the walls are solid, it's brick home. It just needs some repairs. Excuse me.
Certainly roof softening, gutters, windows, doors.
So what's our pleasure? Do you want it to go to the commission? If so, we need to make a motion.
And don't forget the trash and,
Yeah.
yeah.
Refuge, debris.
Yeah. And the overgrown vegetation as well.
Huh?
The overgrown vegetation as well, yeah.
I'll make a motion that we send this to the county commissioner for them to clean up the property, the roof, gutters, windows, refuge, debris, and overgrown vegetation, in an effort to make it habitable.
Second that.
Motion on the floor properly moved and seconded for 2022-04 to be forwarded to the county commission for further action. Any further questions or comments? None. All in favor, signify by aye. Opposed? Ayes have it. Case 2022-05.
Yes, case 2022-05 is property owner Rodell Properties.
Who is Rodell Properties? Do you know by any chance?
They're like a company that goes in and buys
what I
land that's
wondered.
got liens on it, and then they do,
Whatever.
yeah. Yeah. 8476 Tays Valley Road in Scott Depot, West Virginia is the location. There's 3 structures on this property listed on tax map 224, parcel 114. All 3 structures are in very bad shape. This is a very old building. So what we've done in the past is they could either restore it back to its original glory or demolish these structures. You could get into this place, the back door there is no door. So it's not secured at all, it's falling apart, the foundation looks questionable.
It's already collapsed.
It's already collapsed, yes.
Foundation has, on the rear part of the building, you can see it dipped.
Yep. Overgrown vegetation has totally overtaken all of these structures on the property, which is not only an eyesore, but it's a hazard.
This is tied to that gigantic piece of property that is in the real sharp turn on Tays Valley Road.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah,
Yep.
there's only one solution for this building. And that's for it to be demolished. My opinion.
Certainly costs more to restore.
Oh, yeah.
Have you
The
been
chimney
to that
falling apart
property?
too, right there. Part of a chimney.
On the very top,
Yeah.
yeah.
Have you been to that property, President?
I drive by it all the time.
Definitely a hazard with the, no doors, no,
There's only one convenient thing about this piece of property is that it is, you can't really, can't get to it. I mean, you can drive past it, you can pull up in the yard, but people could easily get into the building through the back and never to be known that they're there.
Make a motion that we send this to the county commissioner to be restored or demolished. If they do restore it, they need to address the foundation issues and massive overgrown vegetation.
I'd second that.
Motion on the floor, probably moved and seconded, for case 2022-05 to go to the county commission. Any further questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor, signify by aye. Opposed? Ayes have it. Case 2022-06.
Would you like to amend that motion based on they need to take down the overgrown vegetation? Would you consider that as well as any refuse or debris? And I'm sure there's things inside that home. Have not been inside, but I'm pretty sure there's stuff in there. And also to any demolition debris as well. If they do decide to demolish it instead of restoring it, that would also need to be stricken from that property. I don't know if you want to amend that or not, just,
Yeah, amend that to add the refuge debris with the overgrown vegetation.
okay.
I'll second that.
Amendment on the floor for the previous motion to amend the action to be taken by the county commission. And really, we want it restored back to its natural condition, right?
I say yes, absolutely.
With the building being demolished,
Huh?
flat ground.
I can't hear you today, I'm sorry.
With the amendment and everything that we just discussed, then, to me, then the amendment needs to say that it will be restored back to its natural condition before the building was built.
Yep, great.
Nothing there.
Yeah.
Amendment's been properly moved and seconded. Is there any more questions or comments? All in favor, signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Now, 2022-06.
Yes, 2022-06 is Clifford O. Thacker. Location of the property is 561 Tackus Branch Road in Hurricane, West Virginia, tax map 231, parcel 18. There are two structures on this property. The first one that you see there is a trailer. There are some windows broken out, and the underpinning is missing. That was all that I saw on that one. And then the second structure, which should be the last page of that packet, of your packet, is just imploded in on itself. So my opinion is it definitely needs to be demolished.
Is the completely dilapidated building on the opposite end of the mobile home?
Are you talking about the storage shed?
There's a house there beside that trailer. I was just trying to figure out how
No, that house is actually okay. It's not dilapidated. That's why I didn't take a picture of that. The original complaint was just of these two structures, but the original farmhouse, it's fine. Someone is living in it. It's great. It's just the two. The trailer used to be a cornfield.
Was what?
Used to be a cornfield. And it's owned by the people in that white home that you see there beside it. So
Still has power. Where there's a power meter there. How close is that trailer to that house?
gosh, I would say 30 feet or so.
So it's a fire hazard if that mobile home burns. It's an exposure. What's the pleasure?
Make a recommendation to the county commissioner to have the barn and trailer demolished, the refuge and debris cleaned up.
Motion on the floor. Is there a second?
Do we need to say anything about the little metal building?
Could the trailer, if secured, windows and doors secured, underpinning, could it conceivably be livable again without being demolished? Now, certainly the outbuilding that is collapsed needs to be removed, or do you feel that the trailer being so close to the house presents such a fire hazard that it should be removed?
Well, that outbuilding, or the metal building, is 12 feet wide, maybe. So that is 12, 15, 18. That probably won't, with the way that that's looking on, if a fire happened in that end of the mobile home, it probably would not extend to that house, based on what it looks.
Do you think the trailer is salvageable?
I think that it needs some work done to it. I mean, they need to put the underpinning there and restore the windows, but, I mean, I think I can't go on the inside. I have
Did you go on the-
by
you see-
state code, I can't go on the inside. I can
See
only,
any of the floor like falling in though underneath? None of that?
no.
Did you go on the back side? Are the windows intact on the back?
I didn't step foot on the property only because the property owners were home at that time, and usually when they're home, I don't really
Yeah.
go on the property just for security purposes, but I did not go on the backside, you know.
Obviously not knowing the condition of the roof, but it seems to me like if the windows were repaired, doors secured, if the door looks pretty rough, seems to me like it doesn't pose a fire hazard to the nearby house. It seems like it could be returned to a livable structure, in my opinion. But this outbuilding on the last page certainly needs to go, because it is completely collapsed, ready to fall down on somebody.
You made a motion, right?
I'm going to change it. I was going to make a motion to demolish the barn structure on the last page, and then make a motion for them to either salvage the trailer by replacing the windows and the underpinning and cleaning up any refuge and debris. Is that a barn or an outhouse?
You know, part of me wants to say it's a chicken coop. Are you talking about the
The
one
back
that's
of it, I think,
completely?
is.
Okay.
Yeah, to me, I don't know. I couldn't make
mean,
a
I
heads
would-
up whether it was a original
I would
house or it was some kind of type of barn. It's almost fully collapsed, so I
Right.
couldn't really make a judgment.
But they need to clean up that refuge and debris.
Yeah,
Tear down the
absolutely.
barn.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll just call it structure too. I have no clue sometimes what these places are.
Okay, so the motion on the floor is to send 2022-06 to the county commission for the mobile home to be rehabilitated or destroyed, and the dilapidated, collapsed building on the property is to be completely cleaned up and the property restored back to its natural. Is that what I understand?
Yes.
And if so, is there a second?
Yeah, I would second that.
Any further comments or questions? All in favor, signify by aye. Opposed? Ayes have it. Bylaws amendment, discussion and decision.
Yeah, last session, I introduced changing the bylaws to make more of an accurate depiction now of this agency, because we no longer conduct public hearings. I propose that we stricken Section 6, procedures for conducting public hearings, from the bylaws, because now only the county commission has that power of the public hearings. So I recommend that these are no longer part of the Daea bylaws. So we just need a vote, a motion to remove Section 6, procedures for conducting public hearings, from the bylaws.
On staff's recommendation, is there a motion to approve the recommended changes to the bylaw?
I'll make a motion to remove section 6 from the bylaws.
Second?
Any further comments or questions? All in favor, signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Staff report.
I have nothing today for you. I did send out a status report and the tracker yesterday, I believe, to everybody, just to give you an update on where we are with all the cases. I'm trying to think. I believe we have closed 4 cases this past, since starting in January. I believe we've closed 4 cases. So we're working hard this year already, so, but that's all I have. If you have any questions for me.
All right. Is there a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion.
Second?
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.